On Thursday the 14th of August 2008, a bitterly cold winter night settled over the outskirts of Melbourne. By the time the rush hour crowd had dispersed, a near-empty train carriage became an unsettling final journey. Security cameras captured every moment as the solitary passenger, an unidentified man of seemingly Asian or Indian descent, stepped aboard. Clad in baggy jeans, his 170-centimetre, slightly portly figure was further accentuated by a blue and red sports club jacket, emblazoned with the Valley Statesman Rugby League logo. His visible spot on the crown of his head hinted at an older age, but experts later estimated his age to be between 20 and 30 years old. Inside the dimly lit carriage, the man's demeanour was pensive. For a brief time, he paced slowly, at one point burying his head in his hands, and then pausing to gaze at the closing doors as the train began to pull away. Moments later, with his back turned to the camera, he found a seat in the near-deserted car, as if resigned to the journey ahead. The train's journey led to Pakenham Station, 56 kilometres southeast of Melbourne's central business district, arriving at around 9:15 p.m. At the station, the solitary figure disembarked into the chill of the night. Within minutes of stepping off the train, tragedy struck when the man was hit by a city-bound train. Unfortunately, no one noticed. Soon after, he was hit by another train. The startled driver immediately contacted police and paramedics, but by the time emergency crews arrived, it was too late to save him. Without any form of identification, tattoos, or distinctive marks, the mystery deepened. The man's body was taken to the Victorian Institute of Forensic Medicine in Melbourne, where forensic experts painstakingly collected samples and DNA in a hopeful yet ultimately futile bid to uncover his identity. An expert explained, "What people don't realise is that DNA is not always the answer. Without a comprehensive database or a family member coming forward, and lacking personal items such as a toothbrush or hairbrush, some individuals remain unidentified." In an effort to piece together his identity, police released a composite sketch and launched public appeals, even extending their search overseas. Despite promising new leads and extensive testing, no connection was ever made. After 4 long years of uncertainty, authorities were forced to decide whether to continue storing his remains in cold storage or to lay him to rest. Between the 14th of March and the 4th of April 2012, the decision was made. The unidentified man would be buried in an unmarked grave at Melbourne's Springvale Botanical Cemetery, a final resting place devoid of any recorded location or personal tribute. Police later suggested that the man was likely homeless, a conclusion partly drawn from the evidence found in his clothing. The sports club jacket was traced back to a construction worker who had discarded it in a local bin just weeks before the incident in either Pakenham or Doncaster. Thus, the life and final moments of a man no one knew remain shrouded in mystery, a tragic reminder of how, even in our modern era, some souls slip through the cracks of identification and remembrance.